Rohan, it's 48. I have very little time. I want to take at least a comment from Rohan.
Sorry.
Rohan, it appears that the Congress party is extremely uncomfortable with the Ram Mandir inauguration. I mean, I understand that because you look at the history, 2007, they filed an affidavit saying that Ram is a fictional character. Ramayana, everything in the Ramayana was fictional, right? And, this was in the Ram Setu case. You'll remember that. Kapil Sibal was in the Congress party when in 2018 he tried to block the verdict, saying that Ram Mandir verdict should not come out before 2019. You look at history, in 1991, it was Narasimha Rao, and under his government, when they tried to say that, the Places of Worship Act and the status quo of any place of worship cannot be changed, it should remain like it was in 1947. And today, when you look at the arrest of a car sevak, invoking Godhra, and then saying that we are becoming a Hindu Rashtra suddenly ahead of Ram Mandir inauguration, there is a sense of unease in the Congress party.
Niranjan, quickly, I just wanted to first and foremost say that, sorry, I couldn't join your debate earlier. My quick points here is that the Congress party has accepted the Supreme Court verdict, which clearly said that the Ram Mandir should come where it's supposed to come. And as far as I know, the sources are saying that Sonia Gandhi ji is going to be there. So now, if you're going to pick on Mr. B.K. Hariprasad's statement, he has said it in a very personal perspective. He's gone on record and said that this is my personal comment. Okay. In 2002, when the Godhra riots happened, there was, as the BJP very fondly says, a double-engine sarkar, where in the center there was a BJP government, and in the state of Gujarat there was a BJP government as well. It was a very unfortunate tragedy, and we've seen that a lot of people have been sentenced to penalized and sentenced by the honorable courts, including
which Mr. B.K. Prasad is saying that you can interpret, which I interpreted it, and what I understand from his comment is that he is talking about the security of the visitors who are visiting Ayodhya on the day of the 22nd. Even our Prime Minister has gone on record and said that...
No, but on what basis? Rohan, my question was on what basis? How can you make such a comment? See, he's trying to infer, he's trying to say that the car sevaks or Ram Bhakts will be killed, in a train or an incident like that. He's trying to say they will be killed, there will be riots. On what basis is he saying that? That's my question. And he's not a small leader, Rohan. Even you know that he's not a small leader. He's been a parliamentarian several times, right?
Yeah, let me answer.
You can't just dismiss such comments.
Yeah.
You cannot.
So in December, the first week of December, we saw the parliament, which is supposed to be a guarded institution place in India. It was trespassed by people now who have been charged as terrorists and whose bail has been rejected by the Delhi High Court. These are people who had access and they got of the parliament because of a Karnataka MP Pratap Simha. Where is the accountability of that till date? So if the parliament can be breached with canisters...
No, you're right in saying there was a parliamentary security breach. You're right in saying there was a security breach. Yes, there was. But you look at the background of these people, it was clearly planned. I don't know whether you've seen the background of it. It was planned. I don't know how you're raking up parliament security breach and then talking about Godhra in the same breath. It doesn't make sense.
Given that there's so many attacks happening against the country internally,
in the same breath, I'm talking about that the security issues for any given point of view should be taken care of. And as an opposition, the opposition has every right to put pressure on the centre and the state government to make sure they maximize their security issues.
Hang on.
This is my interpretation.
Mr. B.K. Hariprasad's statement is hearsay, is what you are declaring without thorough investigation, without any sort of
Absolutely
weight to the
not.
fact
How
that this
are you
person
putting these
was a
words? How are you
parliamentarian who's made
interpreting
these
that as
allegations.
hearsay? Did I say hearsay? If I know the word hearsay means, so if I was going to say hearsay, I'm going to say
but you
hearsay
just said
clearly.
he said it. He just said it has been said not by you, it has been said by Sidramaiah. He has said it's hearsay.
The statement of the CM is that it's a hearsay, but he also says in the same breath that, the country cannot become a Hindu Rashtra. There's an attempt to create India or to turn India into a Hindu Rashtra. I mean, why so uncomfortable? Yuvraj, why do you think such statements are coming in? Why do you think such actions are being taken? You've had an arrest. You've had this comment come in, Yuvraj?
I'm sorry, I'm being very retrospective, but I remember banning Bajrang Dal was one of the major planks of Congress. That I'm sure you must have covered. And going further retrospectively, Congress thought that the Babri Masjid incident took place under the stewardship of P.V. Narasimha Rao, and as they say, that is the history. Sir Narasimha Rao was very cited by the party. Even, I mean, his body was not to be taken at the party headquarters. So this is the DNA of Congress. And yes, I am Congress once again, I'm sorry. But this is Congress. I remember once a leader, Lavanya Balal, B. Jain, she tweeted, India has a Gaumutra. I mean, she was mocking the efforts made by the Indian scientists regarding the COVID vaccine. And yes, from Malyana to Hashimpura to Godhra, with regards to each and every riot, who was at the helm of affairs at the center? It was Congress. Who was at the helm of affairs when emergency took place? It was Congress. Who was at the center when 1984 Sikh riots took place? It was Congress. So, I mean, Congress people preaching us on riots.
No, let me ask. Yuvraj, let me ask a question to Tanvi. Tanvi, do you feel? Yeah, there are two very senior leaders. There's a chief minister and the chief minister's son, and this seems to be the new narrative that India will become Hindu Rashtra. India will become Hindu Rashtra. Why? Why? I mean, you build a Ram Mandir, you inaugurate a Ram Mandir, you become a Hindu Rashtra. Who says that? What logic is that?
Making a cocktail of absurd statements made by different ministers will not help BJP right now, in polarizing this issue. Everybody here is welcoming the
Ram Mandir inauguration. Weird cocktail.
This is the sorry state of Congress.
He's a chief minister. How are you calling it a weird cocktail?
There are random statements.
He's a chief minister. As a chief minister's son.
I can go on about calling out minorities and speaking.
Next, you will call Rahul Gandhi's statement also a weird statement, a stray statement.
So that means it's very
will you call
clear that
Rahul
BJP
Gandhi's
is
statement also
anti-minority.
a weird and a stray statement? Okay, last word.
Why do have double standards that way?
The entire country is in celebration mood, whereas the Congress party, which had at one point in time said that Ramayana in itself was not even real, had gone and filed an affidavit against the Ram Setu itself, is suddenly being pushed to say that, oh yes, we are also going to be happy about this mandir being constructed. So the entire country is in a mode of celebration, and this is something unbearable for Congress.
Yeah, I think these comments must stop. These actions must stop. If the Congress wants to be totally in sync with the rest of the country, it should celebrate and join the celebrations on the 22nd of January. Rohan, running out of time, we'll speak again. Rohan, Tanvi, Yuvraj and Surabhi, thank you for joining us on the Trending Burning Question.